right, guys, welcome back to another round here at the Happy Hour Huddle. We are all here again. I got me, myself, Fidel. We got Tim. We got Boston Scott Lover over there forever, Danny, and we got John. hmm
What's up?
hmm And today we decided to rank our favorite adult beverages, our favorite beers. And for this one, Tim, you can kick it off if you're ready.
Oh, all right. All right. I'm gonna start at number three though. We'll work our way up. Gonna go with the Drake's IPA. I'm strictly IPA. It's just my go-to, just a little bit about me. And Drake's does a great job. It's a modest, decent price. It's very tasty and it's great in the winter. It's great in the summer. And just gets you to the promised land of just easy vibes. So Drake's phenomenal job. They have lots of different kinds, of course, and specialties, but the Drake standard IPAs, love it.
Right. All right, I'll go next. And yeah, Drakes are good, man. I remember that one time. I think it was for was it your little ones? Was it the I think it was like a baptism or something. I took some drinks
Baptism
over.
probably.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I took
Mhm.
those denogonizers that are what like
Oh
10%.
yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Those
those
are
things
great.
are yeah.
It's real good. Yep.
hmm For my number three, I am also typically a IPA guy, but my number three isn't an IPA. I will go with Modelo Negra. It's always one of my favorite beers, especially like a nice hot summer day. And Modelo Negra will
Mhm.
always hit the spot with a nice little lemon. I mean lime. hmm
Nice.
Nice. My number three would probably be the Tarantula Hill Candy Haze, also IPA.
hmm
Smooth, hits the spot every
Mhm.
single time, man. Just IPAs are where it's at, man. So, and don't get me wrong, drink other beers, but that Candy Haze from Tarantula
hmm
Hill,
hmm
perfect.
Was
Liquid candy, yeah. At three, I got just a good old classic Corona. That's just a beer. It's always at the family events. Corona, Modelo as well, but I think I've always enjoyed Corona more. So uh Corona. And then at my number two, I have what Danny mentioned, liquid candy from Tarantula Hill. I'm a big IPA guy as well. Enjoy them all. Um and liquid candy is one of my favorite. What I like about liquid candy too is they sell it everywhere now.
Hmm.
I was at an
yeah.
event at the Hollywood Bowl, and that was like the one IPA they had, liquid candy from Tarantula Hill, and I was like, "Yep,
Wow.
give me some of
hmm
that hometown beer."
At the Hollywood
So,
Bowl?
Yeah.
Damn.
Big time.
yeah,
Wow.
I was happy they
hmm
had it at the bar down the street from my house. I didn't know they had it at the Hollywood Bowl.
hmm
yeah, they got it
Yeah.
Local
there.
Total Wine. Yeah, that's
hmm
Yeah,
phenomenal.
Total Wine
How
does it,
cool
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that?
hmm
yeah, yeah.
So,
And my number two is kind of like my go-to when, you just had that long day and you just want to chill, relax, but you don't want to get too wasted. Modelo with the lime, just sometimes make a michelada out of it, just kind of sip on, chill, relax, especially like in the hot summer days. Nice cold michelada, can't go wrong with that. So that's my number two.
yeah, that's a good number two. Can't go wrong. Let me see. For my number two, I have liquid candy. Like I said, it's a really great beer. Got to support the local breweries out here. And apparently, they also have like a small little brewery in San Diego County, North San Diego
Mm,
County, that just opened up. So
nice.
yeah, it's like in like how they have like those food court type things where a
Mhm.
bunch of different like things. It's like set up in one of those. They have like a small
Okay.
little brewery where they
Nice.
they brew out of there. hmm So expanding a little bit, good for them. hmm
Very nice.
hmm
Um, Liquid Candy was a very close number three for me. Would like to preface that, but did not go
Mm.
with it. It's a great beer though. Number two for me is going to be the Mac Drizzle IPA. Definitely local to the Bay, but it's so good. I know that people always say like, oh, avoid celebrity, beers, liquors,
Hmm.
whatever. But I mean, it's so tasty. I buy it whenever I see it. And then just honestly, take a look at the can. How cool is that? Just repping the bay, got it's so cool. And that does it for me every time. Super good beer. Number one, I don't, maybe I'm stealing this from Fidel. Me and him are pretty big on this
I
company.
mean, you're gonna steal it from all of us, probably.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah,
Mhm,
because we're all IPA drinkers, but Made
mhm,
West, 100%.
mhm,
Local to Ventura, they make a phenomenal beer. They have lots of great options, but strictly, just their IPA in that
mhm,
little light blue turquoise can, whatever you may say, is just so good. But they also have really good seasonal beers, but
mhm.
the IPA is phenomenal. It's a go-to every time for me.
Yeah, yeah. Made West has really good. I think they call their seasonal beers are called like the short-lived series. They're really
Yep.
those kind of like never miss, man. They're always usually really really good. Hmm.
Mhm.
And then just to change it up, just so not all of us say hazy IPA by Midwest, I'll go with one of my favorites. It's the Broken Skull IPA by what's it called? The El Segundo Brewery. The Stone Cold beer. Shit's good. Love it.
I haven't had that yet, so I gotta try it.
Get it at Total Wine.
And then my favorite, also just change it up from Made West because that definitely was at the top of my list. But can't go wrong with Institution. They have their Citra IPA. Probably one of my favorite IPAs. I like all the citrusy IPAs myself. Um, I enjoy that all the time, man. I always buy a 4 pack when I'm around or in town. They also sell them at Vons or whatnot, but I prefer to buy it at the actual brewery. Just give them the right proceeds so they're not paying other people. But shout out Institution, man. Citra IPA is my favorite. Can't go
Yeah,
wrong with that.
nice. I'll say I didn't have Made West on my list. There, I enjoy it. Nothing against Made West. I love the hazy IPA. It is a top one for me. But my number one, my go-to is an IPA. It's the Sculpin IPA from Ballast
Hmm.
Point. That's the one beer I always enjoy drinking. Anytime I could get it, I like their Aloha version that has a little pineapple, the Hawaiian taste. Um, but yeah, Sculpin.
Mhm,
That's my go-to with Ballast.
mhm.
Dude,
Yeah,
yeah, I love their grapefruit one.
That's a good one too.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
yeah. The Sculpins were my on my honorable mention. They were my fourth. Definitely a great beer.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Another Bay Area brewery right there.
Mhm.
Real good. Love Ballast Point. Another one for me was San Diego has really phenomenal breweries. I think Trader Joe's often carries it. I think it's like a pizza port. I forget like the
Oh yeah,
company
Yeah,
that
yeah,
makes it.
Pizza Port,
yeah.
yeah.
Pizza
Yeah,
Port Brewery. Yeah.
It's good.
love
Yeah,
that
it's
as
really
just a
good.
cheap go-to IPA.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
a couple dollars a can at Trader Joe's. It's, if
Yeah.
I'm passing by there, scoop up a couple and bring them home.
Their
Yeah.
collabs with Made West have been really good. The
Hmm.
Pizza
Oh yeah.
Port Made West
Yep.
collabs are really good. Yeah.
Hmm. Definitely. It's a
And
fun
stay
topic.
tuned, right? Because I know next episode we're gonna talk about our favorite breweries that we want to go to, and we'll see if Pizza Port makes the list. So, you know,
Hmm.
little
Hmm.
little teaser for next episode there.
I love the
Yes.
breweries where like like they're just deep in a forest or in the middle of nowhere. It's like once you hit that giant redwood tree, make a right, and it's about 50 steps that way, and you've made it to the front door of the brewery. Some like Tarantula Hill are right downtown, but
Yeah.
I think of like Lagunitas, it's just like in the middle of the mountains. It's
Hmm.
just cool vibes when you go to them. Wineries are kind of similar, but I love that vibe of a brewery. It just seems like in that area, the sole focus is that brew. And then when they put that much importance into it, it just makes it that much more tasty.
Yeah. Like up north, Tim, like if you go to like the redwoods, just going to a place, putting that string light, having just, sawed off, trunks and just having beer there, that'd be such a great, environment just to chill, drink some
That's
beers.
it. 100%. Love it.
Please wait till next week because there's a brewery that I know that has that. I believe you have to take a train, like a little like mini train to get up there. It's like a 4 or 5 minute ride up, and you do just that. So
Yeah.
I believe it's in California, if I'm not mistaken, up north. I have to do my research because if it's not, then it's a state right above us, which is Oregon. But then
Very
it'll
cool.
just get an honorable mention.
It's good vibes.
Well, moving along here now, we want to bring up a little bit of baseball here. We have Otani hitting 40-40, and with that, Topps is dropping a one of one uh, autographed Otani that he signed the day of after the game, and he dated it 40-40 on it. Any thoughts on that card, fellas?
I like the card a lot, man. It's a really cool card. I believe it's a gold card, right? It has
Hmm.
the gold on it. Yeah, it's super clean. And I love that it has a date on it. You don't see too many cards with dates on them. Uh, that's a really cool like inscription type piece, to speak on. I'm curious to see what the value would be on that specific card, right? Just based on its rarity. And I think they only sold it for 24 hours. I think the sale ended
Hmm.
earlier today around like 2 or something, right? So very limited push out of this card. Um, I myself bought some. Don't know if you guys did, but uh, fingers crossed, man.
Yeah.
I personally didn't. And a
Because you're
big
a Giants
question that,
fan.
of course, absolutely. No, but I do enjoy honestly, I know he's a Dodger, but I do honestly enjoy Otani. I think he's phenomenal for baseball. He's once in a generation talent. I mean, this guy, what he does is just ridiculous. Um, and he's not even doing it pitching this year. And
Hmm.
just to know that he still has that talent behind him is unheard of. He could go down as the greatest player of all time just because he did it all around. Statistically, maybe he might not catch up to a Bonds or you name it, but I think he's a phenomenal player. I think he's great for the game. Hate that he's on the Dodgers, but that I live with it. But a big question that comes to mind for me is what if he reaches the 50-50 club? How much does that devalue this card if they do the same exact release for that? Um, Obviously this card will still hold value, but what do you guys feel about that predicament?
I was going to bring that up too. If he goes 50-50, yeah, for sure, it'll definitely hurt the value of this 40-40 card because everybody will want the 50-50 card. But yeah, I mean, if he does it, he'll be the first person in the history of the game, if I'm not mistaken, to go 50-50. I mean, guys absolutely killing it right now already.
Hmm.
I think he already hit what 41 already. I think he's already at 41 or 42 stolen bases. I mean, guys getting there. We still have over a month left of the season. I mean, sky's the limit for him, and he's like on pace for his like best statistical season too, as far as like home runs and RBIs and stolen bases. I mean, that doesn't
I,
hurt that you have Freeman and Mookie like batting after you.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, no
I
doubt.
think it can go either way. There's a big gray area in my eyes, right? Because to a baseball fan, if there's a one of one card hitting yeah, that's inscribed with the 40-40 inscription, right? And then let's say he makes 50-50, I think that card just becomes more valuable at that point. And what I mean by that is from a collector standpoint, you're going to want that card and the 50-50 card.
Hmm.
So that's just my thought on that particular scenario. So it
Yeah.
could either hurt or help.
Yeah. I think the 40-40 will hold whatever value it has for now. Even if he gets into the 50-50. 50-50 will just be worth probably double that because like I said, if he is one of the only people to do it, that one's going to be a lot more valuable. But the 4040, like I say, owning that card, it's going to be worth a lot of money. Someone's going to pay for it. A collector is, because it is a one-on-one gold. And, if you hold it till he retires and he goes into the Hall of Fame, it skyrockets even more. So, and I think even if he does it in the future and they do it again, this is his first one. So it's always going to hold a good amount of value.
100%. And he's also the first Dodger to do it, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, see that, and that will hold value too. But out of the two, I think the 50-50 card would be probably the more valuable one in my opinion, but
Right.
still both will hold tremendous value. And another thing I wanted to bring up as of right now, he does have 41 home runs with that one today, and I want to say he hit that like off the end of the bat, or he's off balance or something I heard, and he still got it out. But also with as far as his stolen bases go, I played baseball growing up, and something that was always prefaced is smart base running, not just being speedy on the bases. This guy has 40 stolen bases, but only caught stealing 4 times. That is ridiculous. And he's not the fastest guy in the league, but you can tell that right then and there that that's smart base running.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that statistic alone is maybe the most impressive to me because I know he has power. I know he can hit home runs.
Mm-hmm.
I think just that 40 versus 4 is insane. That's a really cool stat in my opinion.
Speaking of the card, let's say he hits 50-50. What color do you think the card will be since they went gold for 40-40?
Still think gold. It's probably just going to have a different type of variation design. The scope, one-on-one gold, So I think it's still gold because like that's what makes it valuable within the card world right now. All the one-on-ones are gold. Some of them
I
are different variations, but
I've se- I've seen some one-on-ones that are like black. I think if
mhm,
they do like black with like maybe black with like some gold in it,
mhm.
just to give it some variation, that'd be pretty
Yeah.
badass.
They, yeah, they'll
Or if they
definitely remix it.
or if they go maybe like a try to make it like a Dodger color, maybe do like a blue with not white, obviously, maybe like a platinum,
Hmm.
just to give it the Dodger color vibe.
Yeah.
Just make it,
That'd be pretty cool. I think one thing that comes to mind, and I know I kind of prefaced this earlier in like a group chat, regarding like the Tops Hats editions,
mhm.
and just the amount of money it costs just to get a pack of that. Obviously, Tops is making tremendous money on all of these, giveaways or limited time releases to get so and so card. If they did a 50-50 release, maybe keep the price similar because I'm sure they're positive a ton. But what if they infused it with not just the auto, but maybe game worn patch as well, part of the
Hmm.
bat, part of the jersey, but like the stitching part. And then I know that they've done it in the past, even throw like a diamond on it. I just
Hmm.
think that makes it so much more cool, and especially for something that's like a 50-50. I think that just having a part of the jersey even would be unbelievable.
Hmm.
I think that would be a true staple.
Yeah, as you said, part of the bat. I've seen like the series of baseball cards that are recently come out that they have like
Hmm.
the end of the bat, like was it the little nub at the end, and they like put
Yep.
that as part of the card. I saw recently like where there was a story where some guy found a Gil Hodges one, and he like somehow online he found Gil Hodges' son, and he gave it to him, sent it to him, and he said that
Oh,
that belongs with the Hodges family. Hmm.
I think I saw
That's
that.
cool,
That's
man.
really
Yeah.
cool.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And actually, I mean, you're right on. I actually I pulled a Cedric Mullins game used bat card earlier this year, and it's just like a flat shaving of the bat, but it's cool
Hmm.
to know that it's part of the bat, part of the game that
Hmm.
he played in. I think that's equally as cool
Hmm.
as a plain jersey or something.
Yeah, definitely. And then like another story about cards, I saw earlier, I think it was Tops posted it on Instagram where well, I think it was Walker Bueller's dad has collected like over like 4,000 cards of
Mm.
his, and he said he's gonna
I
give
think
them
it's
all to it.
14,000.
14,000 cards of
Yeah.
him,
Oh
and
Hmm.
my
he's gonna give them all
gosh.
to him once he retires. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, that is. I mean, Talk about keeping the passion in the family, and
Hmm.
pretty cool of the dad to do that. I mean, it goes to show how proud he is of his son. And then I'm sure he's going to gift it all to him at the end of his career. So what a cool like piece, like a congratulations on a phenomenal
Mhm.
career kind of thing. I think that's really neat.
Yeah.
Clearly been at it for a long time.
Mhm.
Reminds you of like that Tom Brady story, where his dad was telling him that he's proud of him and things like that, right? Like that's what made him successful throughout his career. So that's a pretty cool story, man, to see that his dad did that.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. I mean, and I feel like if you have 14,000 cards, unless you bought them in bulk recently, he's been at it a long time. So I
Hmm.
feel like he beat out like this crazy, reinfatuation of memorabilia and baseball cards that has really strung along since just before COVID, maybe. So that's really neat. It's a cool story for sure.
Yeah.
Then we can wrap this up, and then we can head out to banter hour here. See if you guys have anything you want to talk about. I know myself and Tim, I think, have one subject we want to talk
Yeah.
about.
Hmm.
Tim, I'll let you
Yeah.
take it away.
Yeah. Yeah, Danny. It was a true pleasure being involved in last week's fantasy hour. It was a topic that Danny came up with Old Faithfuls. So, for him to do, and I mentioned this earlier today, the Marianas Trench of deep dives with the Boston Scott Old Faithful pick. It was so much fun, to edit and look back on that video. I was laughing the whole way through. And then Fidel posted today that I mean, I'm laughing at Danny's preface. I mean, this guy lost his job today. But he did get cut. Maybe this opens the door for him to go to the Cowboys, and this could be a full circle moment for you, Danny. Imagine if he goes to the Cowboys, and then I feel like he has a true shot at being like maybe second, third string there. Um, and then, hey, he could be your old faithful to the Cowboys. And that's your last hope, maybe. I don't know. But what a pleasure. It's just real fun.
You know what, man? I feel like every week I'm in this hot seat, bro.
I think that just comes with you being a Cowboys fan, honestly.
And you know what? I think though I set myself up this last time. So I don't know where my freaking headspace was, honestly, clearly. But yeah, man. Stand 10 toes down. I said it. Boston Scott, let's go.
Well, and then I think you said he's going to really blossom this year, and that was just so good.
No, he's cut
I
today.
Mhm.
yeah. Oh
Still
man,
rooting
that
for
is
you,
good.
Boston
Hey,
Scott.
but it's like a flower. You cut it, it regrows. So
Uh,
Hey,
that's what you're looking for, huh, Danny?
all
good
right.
Yes,
analogy.
sir.
Yes.
May- m-
Look at CeeDee
Maybe
Lamb. He was cut. Now he's about to blossom. Big old
yeah,
contract.
look at maybe he wasn't ready to blossom in LA, but could blossom in Dallas if he goes there. Because you never know with Zeke, man, how healthy he'll stay. So has a little wear and tear on those legs.
Dude, I've seen
Mhm.
some clips of him in the training camp
Hmm.
and coming off of a drill, he's just like, oh man. I'm just like, oh man, no, that's not a good sign, especially if you're leading the backfield, you know.
Well,
Much
he's all
respect to that
gat.
guy, dude.
I
I love Ezekiel Elliott, man. Like,
Mhm.
regardless of everything, right? It's emotional roller coaster, right? My kid's middle name is Ezekiel because of that guy. So, just
love
you
it.
know, yeah, man. Like, I'm a big fan of this man. So,
Yep.
just I'm really hoping he finds his way back here in Dallas and
Mhm.
really really gets the job done. He has a chemistry with Dak. So again, fingers crossed, brother.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think the biggest highlight I saw of Ezekiel at training camp was the struggle of taking off his shoulder pads.
He's so
Don't know if that's
buff,
a
bro.
That's it. Yeah, yeah, totally. That's definitely it, huh? Uh,
Looks like Zeke got fed too much while he was up in New England,
New
Hey,
man.
England.
yeah,
Derrick
too
Henry
much of
got nothing
the,
on him.
Too much of the clam chowder.
yep, wicked
Eddie
hot.
Lacy 2.0.
Oh man,
Oh,
don't get
man.
me started on Eddie Lacy, a bulldozer. But yeah, no,
Call him
that's
Big Mac.
Big Mac. But yeah, no, it was truly iconic. That was just a great fun overall pick, Danny.
Well,
So,
Mhm.
I mean,
it was good.
I mean he
Now I'm interested.
he
See where he
was
goes.
leading this the preseason in rushing yards when Danny said that. So I
Oh,
mean, yeah.
wow. Look at that.
Yeah.
I think Danny just clearly got confused with
Uh,
preseason fantasy football leagues and regular
I
season.
just
So,
really wanted you to make sure. I just want to make sure that y'all are paying attention. Just
oh, we were. Yeah.
yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Danny was trying to with
I
Click
heard.
Farm.
I've been hearing about this since the last episode, man. So it's not gonna
That's
die until next season, honestly.
nah, yeah, nah. And I think you still got to draft him last pick, whether he's on a team or
Yeah.
not. I think you still gotta roll with him.
I almost did with this one, but it was a 14-man league, so
No, in
I
in the
couldn't.
main league.
No. In the 4-man league, yeah.
Okay. First
Okay.
overall pick.
Yeah, first pick in the 4-man league.
Boston Scott.
He's a he's a guaranteed 10 plus, you know.
Yes.
He's really gonna blossom, man, into his role.
This is how our banter goes. I mean, it's
Mhm.
it's it's all lighthearted and fun. Danny
It
knows
is.
that, but it's just so much fun. Oh, I love
Yeah.
it. It's
It's as
good.
great as watching the Niners lose like the past 12 Super
Touche.
Bowls. So
Yep. Yep. Can't say anything about it. We did it.
Can't finish anything, huh?
Right. The
Ah, nope.
the old Shanahan job, or at least Kyle
Yep.
Shanahan, because Mike Shanahan won a couple Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, word around my house is that Danny pulled a real Shanahan, with that pick. Really, really choked that old faithful pick. So,
Mhm.
you know, yeah,
It happens to the best of us.
it can. Yeah.
Question, I think related to that. Uh, would you guys prefer to go to a Super Bowl and lose, or just not even make it?
Mm.
Mhm.
Go and lose because
Go
we've
and
done it
lose for sure.
Hmm?
three
Yeah,
times in a row now.
yeah.
So,
It's
so if you think about it,
better to be there than not be there, right?
at least
Mhm.
Tim's teams made it there for a few times. I
Mhm.
don't know about the Cowgirls and the Chargers.
Mhm.
No.
Or the Ravens.
We've won two Super
No,
Bowls.
yeah. Yeah, no, they beat my Niners the first
Yeah,
go around. Yeah.
the last
We
20
took turning
years.
off the
Wait,
lights,
I'm just saying
remember?
wait,
in
I don't know
general. I'm just saying in
that
general.
mysterious
Yeah.
blackout.
Yeah. We won
Yeah.
too. So you got, like I
Yeah.
say, I know we haven't gone in a while, but hey, I've seen two Super Bowls in the last 20 years.
Hey, imagine this. Here's some
Yeah.
Harbaugh conspiracy theory. It just came to my
Hope
mind right
Lamar
off the
snaps
dome
his
here.
ankle.
We'll see.
Oh, wow. That's kind of mean. But anywho,
You're gonna
here's a
Henners.
rebuttal for you, John. Going on these Harbaugh conspiracies and what he did at Michigan. True shame. Sending people to other sidelines. Rumor has it that Harbaugh knew the guy that turned off the lights at the Superdome in New Orleans that year. So, hey, imagine that conspiracy that he hired a guy just to turn off the lights. You
Imagine,
know,
I still think, how does a billion-dollar stadium lose power during the
right?
biggest game, ever?
Yeah, crazy.
I don't know, but
Yeah,
$100,000 would make me do it. So
No,
yeah, I would
hey,
just easy.
pay me $100,000, I'll lose my job, and I'll turn off the
Yeah,
lights for whatever team.
yeah. I tripped and hit the breaker. Yeah,
Yeah.
easy money. Just
all 12 breakers.
Yeah, just a quick like full hand like
It's one of those like slow motions where you're like rolling and just
yeah. Oh no, what do I grab?
It's like Homer in a nuclear facility.
yeah.
Go, go,
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what he does with the Chargers this year, huh, Fidel?
we'll see. I don't
Maybe
know,
he'll
man.
finally make it a Chargers home team.
Oh,
We'll
probably
see.
not.
We'll see.
They might have to move cities.
They should go back to San Diego eventually,
I was
guys.
gonna say they should go back to San Diego.
Yeah.
Is it San
Hey,
Diego making a
man.
new stadium?
Oh,
Not
No,
Chargers' fault. San Diego was too cheap to
that's
not want
true.
to help build the stadium.
Hey,
yeah.
the Qualcomm
Valid.
Stadium was pretty beat up though. I've been there.
Uh-huh. They built a new stadium in that area. What's it called? Snapdragon Stadium now.
It's like a
And
soccer
that's where
stadium though.
yeah, it's like soccer stadium. I think that's where San Diego State plays.
Hmm
I
Quite
went to a
frankly,
soccer
John,
game
I
there,
think
and
that's the perfect amount of seats for Charger fans.
I went
That might be
to
like 10,000 too many.
I went to a game there, a soccer game there for the was it the women's league, the WSL or whatever.
Hmm.
Man, that place is terrible. There's no shade at all. It's
Oh
like
shit.
when it's hot, it's hot. Mhm.
Dang.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a hard pass then.
Mhm.
But that's how Qualcomm was though. There's no
No,
shade there
there
either.
was some shade at Qualcomm.
hmm Yeah.
Well, there's some shade, but only when the sun was. But when the sun was right over, no shade, bro.
Hey man, if you got those seats under the other level, you
Yeah.
were fine, bro. Chilling like
Yeah,
a
but that's what
villain.
it took, bro. Yeah, like Qualcomm wasn't my favorite. I saw the Redskins and Chargers there. Like
Uh-huh.
I think it was 2000 when I turned 21, so
Mhm.
2011. So
Yeah.
yeah, but it was. Mm.
I mean, yeah, it was an old stadium, man. It was there forever. Before it was Qualcomm, it was the Murphy Stadium.
hmm
Hmm. Yeah. It was
And
time they
that whole area was all gentrified though, for sure. It's all bougie ass houses.
mhm. Well, the cool thing
Hey,
is that they had the train that take you right and drop you off right in front of the stadium.
Right in front of the stadium.
Yeah.
hey, shout out Matt Harvey, a baseball player. This is gonna sound totally random, but it is related. Matt Harvey, former baseball pitcher, went on the Dan Patrick Show years ago, and he did an interview and repeatedly said, "I'm just here for Qualcomm." And it was like the funniest, just most random thing that he repeatedly said. I think he did it strictly for a sponsor, but didn't know how many times he had to mention Qualcomm. So it just made me think of that side
That's
tangent.
Mhm.
I'm just here for Qualcomm. I'm just here for Qualcomm.
Yeah.
You know
I don't even know what
Qualcomm?
Qualcomm does. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm sure it's a communication company. I have no idea.
It was a communications company, or
Okay.
it is still. I'm not sure,
Mhm.
Oh,
but yeah. But yeah, who knows? Speaking of bringing more fans, I'm sure all the Michigan fans that live in LA will probably go watch the Chargers just because of Harbaugh. Mhm.
could be.
I hope they
Hey,
wear
Yeah,
Michigan jerseys and not the Chargers.
now they'll all probably buy the throwback Jim Harbaugh Chargers jersey from back in the '90s. Mhm.
Yeah, that's true.
Good old
screw the
number four.
jersey.
Good old number
Screw the
four.
jersey. I'm just buying the pair of khakis. Easy
Yeah.
money.
The khakis and the polo.
Easy money. Easy
Mhm.
money. You know,
Hey,
if we all end up
there's your
going to a
Halloween
Charger
outfit,
game this
brother.
year.
Uh,
Oh, yeah. Fidel, Halloween episode for the pod. You're going to show up in Harbaugh gear. Khakis. Yep.
Only if Danny does his what's his name? What's their coach
Boston
again?
Scott. Boston Scott
Boston
jersey.
Scott. Boston Scott. Come dressed as Boston Scott with a
I'm not gonna
headband.
buy a Boston Scott jersey, bro.
Nah, you gotta do it. Gotta
Yeah.
do it, brother.
You
Nah,
might you
nah,
might be
nah,
able
nah,
to go to
nah.
Hey
Ross
man,
and find one.
Yeah, there
you're
you
gonna make me.
go.
You're gonna make. I'm gonna have to waste money on khakis and a
Hey,
Chargers
that was
polo.
Tim, bro. That was Tim.
It's all right. Tim's coming dressed as a Kyle Shanahan. Little choking
No,
hazard.
he can be dressed as
Easy.
Pearsall, bro.
Easy.
Pearsall, Pearsall.
No.
Yeah, I got to get more tattoos. I'll be set.
Just buy
And
those
then
fake sleeves on Temu.
Yeah.
and then John has to dress up as a Stavi with the
Camo
purple
pants.
Ah,
camo pants.
yeah. Perfect.
There you go.
Perfect. Danny can, because shout out Dallas cheerleader show. He can dress up as a cheerleader for Dallas.
Yeah.
Hey, there's
Fine.
no cheerleaders. I'll dress up.
Yeah. No shame. You know, it's a sport.
Nah, gotta
Mhm.
go full Dallas Cowgirls cheerleader outfit. Pom poms
I'll,
too.
I'll come
Pom-poms.
dressed up
Yep.
as their mascot,
There you go.
Rowdy. I think it's
Love
his
it.
name, Rowdy.
Yeah, no,
But
it's
good
solid
banter hour,
banter.
dude.
Yeah, I love it. Always fun.
Sir.
Yeah,
Peace.
stop riding that train for the freaking
The Chicago Bear hype train
Chicago
with Tim.
Bears, bro.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
Stop
Dude,
riding
yeah,
that train.
what
yeah.
what
Six
I
years
will
San Francisco 49ers.
what I'll say about that comment, like I said, I don't know who it is. I saw the comment, saw the episode, but everything preseason, it's all hearsay. Anybody could
Mhm.
win. I understand this guy thinks, Packers, and who else?
The
The
Lions.
Detroit,
Yeah.
like Detroit, you know, I think they'll do great. Packers, Jordan Love, honestly, for me, hasn't shown anything. I still can see the
Mhm.
Packers not even winning or even getting
Mhm.
out of that division. But like I said, it's all hype for the first week until you start seeing them play. Like Dallas, we all talk smack about Dallas right now. Who knows what they might be? That's still a solid team. If Dak's playing, CD gets paid, and he's motivated, they could go on a big run. But that's all just a hype. So,
For
we're,
sure.
we're always
As
gonna have
long
people
as they
talk
go over
smack.
500, so I don't play these guys. I'm
Well,
cool.
I know that's what you want, Danny, over 500, but like, when I saw that comment, I was like, no, I understand why some people get mad. Are we watching a
Yeah.
lot of Hard Knocks thinking Caleb's that next person? Yeah, but that's what we watch. We watch them play preseason too. Yeah, it's only preseason, but we've seen players in preseason perform and take that team. And until the first few games, we won't really know what Caleb Williams is. Same with the Chargers,
Yeah,
same with the Ravens. Until those first few games, Derrick Henry might be a bust, and we might just suck. Like, but
for
from
sure.
from past, we know who's going to do well, or we think we know who's going to do well. But
Yeah. No, and I second that. And I responded to that person's comment. I absolutely love the engagement. I was actually
yeah,
super pumped when we got the response like that.
yeah,
Because it brings out football minds,
mm-hmm.
and not everybody's gonna have the same opinion, but that's exactly what this is for. And, but to back it up, because I know that part of it was I'm going off of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
A couple things that came to mind for me with that Bears pick was all the offseason additions.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they have a number one pick at quarterback. Obviously, they see something in him. He's performed very well. He's looked really good, but also he just exudes confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I think his personality has grown on me a lot. And I just think that team in general is they've got a lot of playmakers. And I know the Detroit Lions are probably the number one
Mm-hmm.
competitor to them in that division because I agree with John. I don't think we haven't seen a ton out of Jordan Love yet. He could be phenomenal, could be,
Mm-hmm. It
the
could
second
be.
coming of Aaron Rodgers there. Who knows? But in general, it's shown a lot. But yeah, I think that there's a ton of pieces there that I like
Mm-hmm.
that they could take that division. Yep.
Yeah,
Thank you for the comment though. Love it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Keep them coming.
yeah. Keep
So we'll leave
on
it
letting
there.
us.
Thank you
Yeah,
guys.
let us know.
Mhm. Well, we'll wrap it up for this episode, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys follow us on all our socials. Make sure to comment. We do love the interaction. And as always, we'll see you guys next week.